Look at me. Did you put makeup on?
Yeah, I did. Milan, why are you gonna rat me out?
Close your eyes.
I'm gonna whisper it. Yo. Cheers.
Cheers. On today's acting session, I have Bilyk.
Hello.
Tell everybody about yourself. A very short blurb because we're gonna get right into it.
Okay. From Toronto. I'm an actor. I don't know.
And we've only actually been on one thing together.
Really?
And not really together. Yeah.
No, yeah, we definitely didn't have any.
We had one scene. No, but one scene together, sort of. You're looking at my photo with Jamil. Oh, so I guess I'm not really in the scene.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, yes, you're definitely not there.
Luke was actually the one that crafted these lovely thumbs
If they look
up.
horrible, she did it. Or if they look good,
great,
if you like it,
you did.
I did them.
We're gonna talk about acting do's and don'ts. I'm doing a bit of like a playlist and like a series of just like everything acting related, and I'm getting very specific. So we're gonna talk about agencies.
Okay,
so
nice.
I'm going to say something out loud that's like, you know, would you say yes or no to this? And then we're gonna see how both of us answer and then kind of explain ourselves
Okay,
a little
I
bit.
like it.
Question number one, this is a question that I get a lot from new actors, and I'm sure you do too. Is an agent really necessary? So yes or no? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, yeah, 100%,
yeah,
right?
Definitely, yeah. I don't know, there's some different trains of thought on this, but there's no real way, unless you're doing theater, I can't speak too much about theater. You can't really get your foot in the door.
No.
Without,
You can submit yourself basically for some like non-union roles or
100%.
like unpaid things, and I think that's a good idea if you're just starting out.
If you don't have an agent yet, it's definitely a good way to have a segue into maybe getting one and seeing whether or not you even like this industry first or not before you go through all that hassle of trying to get an agent.
Yeah, that's actually so true. I think an agent is definitely necessary if you want to do like you want to be auditioning for commercials, TV, or film.
100%.
I mean, you also like agencies just provide so much insight. Not only do they send you out for just different gigs, but I feel like they offer insight in terms of knowing industry professionals. They have relationships with casting directors and other directors, so they have the ins that you just don't have.
Yeah,
right?
and then that also, I feel like the greatest thing about an agent is, it's like what we love to do is just being on set, right? We don't want to develop and trying to see what's going on with the contract. That's the greatest part. You don't want to start dealing with contracts yourself. They're smart. That's what they actually are there for. So even when it comes to low budget stuff or even non-union, the contracts that are going to be rather important. Oh, yeah.
This is very awkwardly placed. I'm just gonna do this real quick.
It's gonna disappear. Half of it. Good way. Put it back. We go like this.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't think it worked. I agree with all of those things. Agent basically necessary.
Yeah.
You probably get this question too. People are asking, you know, I want to get an agent and I think I'm ready, but I don't have much on my resume. So they kind of ask the question of, should I take acting for camera classes before applying to an agency? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I think it's a good idea. When's the last time you've gone to like an agency meeting and they've had you do cold reads?
So my agency, I've only been with one agency, my agent right now, and I applied when I was 13 turning 14, and she sent me a monologue from iCarly to do in front of her. So
if you don't have any prior experience doing anything, then that will definitely make you panic.
Yeah.
Like if you can come from school, I feel like that is almost even sometimes experience enough. You don't necessarily need to go to a class that costs $600-700.
No.
Find something that's, within your price range and do your research and find out what's right for you. Ask around. If you have friends, that's, I think, the greatest thing.
If you take acting classes, it'll just expand your network.
Exactly.
So you'll get to know other actors, casting directors, and I think it's always really helpful when maybe the acting coach is recommended and knows agencies who would be like, hey, like I know an agent who would be a perfect fit for you, and then they can kind of segue you there too.
Well, it was that's almost kind of how it happened when I auditioned for Degrassi. There was a 3-day workshop with a bunch of notable casting directors. It was the same casting director who was casting Degrassi. So it was a very interesting, it was almost 2 weeks prior. I was not on anybody's list. They'd already auditioned like thousands of people throughout Canada. I did that workshop. And then 2 weeks later, I got an audition for Degrassi. So again, workshops and things like that, not only for your own skill, like you were saying, can put you in the face of the right people at the right time. No one could play a football character like me, I guess.
Okay, cool. I agree. Acting classes are a good thing.
A good thing.
Take them. They're fun. Okay, this next one is just pretend it's not COVID-19 right now.
Yeah.
Do you recommend walking into an agency as the first step, like not emailing or calling beforehand and just walking into an agency with resume? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we disagree. Wait, is that a thumbs
That's
down?
a no, yeah,
That was
that's
a
a
weird
no.
sideways no. Okay. So you say no.
I say no.
Okay, why?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just a personality thing for me because I'm
True,
more
that's
like
fair.
I wouldn't go to someone's house without calling them first.
Oh, that's such an interesting way to put it.
Okay, another example, just from like my career, was when I was moving to the States. I sent out a bunch of cold emails to all of these agents, some of the big agents, and some of them didn't respond. But if one respond was WME. So then you can go in and take a meeting with them rather than being like, here's my resume.
Hi, I'm here, and they have no idea who you are.
Who you are, what you do. You got to think about the only thing
That's
is that
true.
how many people these get calls a day, every single day. There's people on the resume.
That's kind of why I think I said like yes, do it, but maybe you're changing my mind right now actually. Because my whole thing was like they get so many emails and calls a day. Like if you have the balls to be able to actually just like walk in and drop off a resume, they can put a face to the name and be like, hi, this is my experience. But
No, you're not wrong. See, it's funny now hearing you say that point of view.
I'm
It's
like,
not. Yeah, like it's. That's why I did it in the middle because I wasn't sure. But you're not wrong. They do see a lot of people.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know.
It's an in-between thing.
We're okay.
We're here.
Skipping here. Okay, that's good. Speaking of like going into an agency and dropping off a headshot and resume, when applying for agencies and just wanting to be an actor in general, whether you go the route of agency or not, do you need a headshot and resume? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. That one's an easy one, but that is for people who, if you are just starting out and really don't know what the industry is about.
Some people book jobs not having one thing on their resume is your first job, so that's not. You know, vindictive of whether or not you're going to get the part, but sometimes it's like if you've had training, if you've done an acting class, put that acting class down there. That's something, and then as you build a resume.
Yeah, another reason to take acting classes, it's good to have on a resume, especially if you are just starting out.
Yeah, but just watch out for the people taking photos. Make sure if you have an agent, ask your agent or your friends, ask friends in the industry, make sure you're not getting ripped off. I can't
perfect
tell
segue.
you. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah.
The next question is, should you take professional headshots? Okay, interesting.
Well,
ready? 1, 2, 3. Are you in between?
Well, yeah, so I was gonna go like this, like professional to the standard of don't have it taking them on your phone.
Right.
If you have somebody with a great camera who is a photographer, who's a friend, 100%.
Okay, this is my perspective. Tell me if you agree or not. My advice to somebody who is just starting out in the industry, go, link up with a photographer friend or someone with a really great camera. Take up-to-date shots that look like you, well lit, really well edited, and send those to agencies. And then once an agent hires you, then you can go and spend the big bucks on a headshot photographer.
Exactly.
Right? Because I'm like, you can avoid paying twice that way. In case, I think a lot of agents like their say.
It's true. The difficult thing is, like I've had a bunch of different agents, a bunch of different managers in both, Ontario and LA as well.
Yeah.
Every agent, every manager has the go-to person for them who they think, my client looks great when so-and-so photographer.
You had to redo them before like
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh yeah. Again, I think it's all dependent on how much money you have to spend.
Yeah.
Don't go out and spend $2,000 on headshots.
Especially before having an agent or in general.
Yeah. Professional, lighting is good, make sure it looks like you.
Yeah.
And then she'll shop around.
Totally, yeah, I completely agree. So we've talked about headshots and resumes, key things, especially when you're looking to apply to an agent. That is 2 things you definitely need. Do you really think you need a demo reel? 1, 2, 3. Yes?
Yeah, I did that really horribly. I was holding it the wrong way.
Okay, why?
I think that's the only real way other than doing cold calls and going in and doing a monologue.
Yeah.
For people,
Yeah.
it's the simplest way. You can send your demo reel along with your resume to 1,000 different agencies. Let them see your face.
So what do you think if people don't have work for their demo reel? Like they're a completely new actor, they have no TV or film work.
I think that there's other ways you can put scenes together, doing self-tape scenes. When I was a lot younger, not that I'm 50 years old, back in the old days. I think this was when I was like 10. I was working and I remember them being like, well, you need a few more things on your resume. And there was one self-tape, even though I had a couple jobs that were like, a couple speaking lines here and there, you want to fill it up. There was one self-tape I did. I was like, you have to put this on my resume. And honestly, I think that one self-tape helped me get roles. So if you have a self-tape that you really like, because it's all you, it's all your face, right?
Yeah.
There's no cuts in between, so it's all you. If you can give it, if you can sell it, self-tapes, I think I think they're good enough.
I agree. Yeah, that's literally everything you said. I can just repeat. Nowadays, with technology, you can make a demo reel from home with friends. Like you can put one together.
Yeah.
I do recommend going to a self-tape studio. You'll get it a lot more professional. But there's ways around if you don't have work on like TV and film at all. You can put that together.
Exactly.
Especially for applied agencies, like you said, you want to make sure they can see your work.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Speaking of like how you and I auditioned for agents when we were younger. Do you think that you should have a monologue ready when going into an agency meeting if they call you in? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I guess I just like, I definitely don't have a monologue.
Either. Whip one
ready.
out right now.
I don't know. I feel like that's something that you could definitely have in your back pocket if you don't have a resume. If you don't have a resume that's like maybe built up at the moment or a demo reel, being like, well, do you have anything that you have prepared?
Yikes. See, I put the thumb down because I was like, there's no way in this day and age they're gonna ask that, but maybe they will.
No, you're right. You're right.
Would they?
I don't think so. Honestly, the last agency meeting I went into and I had to read, I was genuinely shocked. But
you did have to read something in front of them.
Yeah, they're
that wasn't that long ago. Then maybe it is. Maybe you will need to.
Theater kids have like you could tell me a monologue like, oh, I got 2, 3 ready to go.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. I mean, hey, if you're going to apply for agencies and you're watching this in COVID, you have all the time.
And if you can do it, if you can memorize it, then go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Might come in handy.
Okay, I don't even know how I'm gonna answer this yet. Do you resubmit to an agency if they already declined you?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. What was yours? Up?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, like I only say yes under certain circumstances. How long is it gone?
That's a big one. And that was actually my question underneath that was how long do you think is the appropriate amount of time to resubmit if you want to?
I think it always depends because a lot of agents will always leave it open. Yeah, like let it come back with you once you have a little bit more work under your resume. In the agency I'm with now, I originally went to go meet with them back when I was really young and I didn't go with them. And then look, it was like 11, 13 years later, there you are. So in this industry, you don't ever burn any bridges, right? You said no, right?
I said no. Like I totally see your point. I think it is circumstantial. I know that it would probably be pretty annoying for agencies to get an email once every other week from the same person. They're like, leave me alone. But I think given the right amount of time, also I think I said no because it's so dependent. This isn't a game that's working for this very well. But
like yes, no, or maybe.
Maybe. If there was but we'd always choose maybe.
Yeah.
But it depends. There's so many great agencies out there that if that one says no, I think you want somebody who wants to work with you, who believes in you. Communication and your relationship with your agent is so key. You and I have had this conversation thousands of times.
Yeah. It's like your lifeline.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the only person that can really like, if you don't want to say something, you got to tell your agent, your manager to say it. And you have to be able to come with them with 100% confidence and just tell them everything that you basically would. It's your agent or manager is basically just kind of like a therapist that you give a bunch of percent to, because you have to.
That's a quote. It's a great way to put it.
A therapist that, well, I guess you pay a therapist anyways. I was like, you a therapist that you pay.
To really want to work with that agent, then sure, try again.
But always want to work with someone who wants to work with you.
That's
number one.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last one. When you're writing your resume, if you don't have a lot on it, or if you do have a lot on it, do you fake anything on a resume? 1, 2, 3. Okay, but have you faked something on a resume?
I can tell you a legitimate story as to why you never fake anything. Again, this is when I was younger. It's on a show called The John Doerr Show.
John Doerr, okay.
And it's like kid number 1 and kid number 2, and I'm going into the audition room, and on the breakdown in the audition room it says kid number 1 must be able to skateboard.
Oh no. Or you could.
And my mom's like, you can skateboard 100%. I was like, I can skateboard. I can for sure.
How old are you?
11.
Okay.
Yeah. No, maybe I was a little bit younger. 10 and 9.
Yeah.
Maybe 11. Something like that. It's
Okay.
one of the first. Yeah, who knows? Age is just a construct. I got the job, went to go down the thing, and friggin' ate it. Yeah, like I ate it. And they're like, I thought you could skateboard.
This is during the shoot?
It was during the shoot. And it's, okay, also just to make anybody who's gonna feel bad for me, it was a half pipe. My stupid self was like, yeah, I can do this. I'm Tony Hawk. Yeah.
You faked being able to do that?
I didn't think they were gonna make me go down a half pipe. thought, like,
you thought it was gonna be like
can
down
you-
a road.
Oh, can I skateboard? I can stand on a skateboard when I push it. And we got to set, and I was like, oh, I can't do this.
So what did they do?
They just didn't add that portion of it. It was like a 1-2 line, so now they were just like, okay, just stand there with the skateboard.
Hold it like under your.
I was so injured too. I was just like, don't fake it.
Just that I guess to sum that up, don't fake it. Yeah, I feel like the special skills is where everybody decides they want to fake it. Like I can sing, I can dance,
Yeah.
I can do these things.
Up until they call it into question. Don't lie. Don't
Just
any
don't.
skills. Don't lie.
Don't be like Luke, 11-year-old, maybe 10-year-old. We're not
Or
sure.
8-year-old.
Maybe
Who knows?
8.
When did the John Doerr show come out? Can somebody
We'll find it.
pop? It'll be right here. Boom.
Yeah. Well, okay. Any last thoughts about agencies in terms of tips and stuff? I wanted this just to like be more of a fun way of kind of talking about like if you're looking for an agency or if you're questioning if you should get one. I mean, yes. Do your research too.
Exactly. Do
You
your
were gonna say
research.
that, yeah.
That was the only thing I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Check about. Ask people if you know people. I can't tell you how many times the validation that I needed is not from the internet, but it's from friends. The agency I'm with now is solely because of a friend who, surprisingly enough, was not even with the agency anymore.
Really?
I asked him, saying, how was your experience? He goes, honestly, nothing but good things to say. I think it'd be great for you at your time and right here in your career.
Yeah.
Go for it. And you know what? It's been great.
It's been amazing.
So ask your friends, ask around.
Ask around. Ask your acting coach from the acting classes.
Yes,
you took.
which
And that you're
exactly,
going to take.
exactly.
That was fun.
Nice.
Thanks, Luke.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Well, we're gonna do like maybe an audition one after this if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
All right, well, that was fun.
cheers. Oh, you actually drank some. I thought you drank.
4 kids were shot in a fire in the what is it? 4 people were killed in a fire last night that killed 4 people in a fire last night in the Bronx. Have you guys not seen that video before?
Okay, so Milana's gonna be me.
Nice job, Milana.
Thank you to Milana. Or
This one is, and then sit Luke. Luke is kind of in it, but then
Yeah. We're live. We'll do it live.
really appreciate all the hard work. This was a 12-hour process.